Hey guys, David here from Nintendo 3DSblog.com. I'm just going to go through another race in Ridge Racer. I've already done one video about this game, but it was just the first race. I was a bit harsh on it, but while it's not a great game or even a good game, it is sort of competent once you get further into the game and doing some of the races. It's a bit more difficult, have a faster car, and tracks are a bit more interesting. So I've got to event 8, and each event has about 4 races, which means this will be about, I'm not good at math, maybe the 33rd, 28th, I don't know. It's between the 28th and the 33rd race, which is pretty decent. It is about 150 races in the championship mode. It's not too far in, but it's enough that I probably won't be failing throughout the race, and it's still far enough in the game that's a bit more interesting. Wait till it loads. Here we go. Listen to the auto commentary first as well. Pay attention to that. So hopefully you heard that, because every time you start a race, there's always pretty much the same audio commentary where they start insulting you for losing, even though you've just started the race. It's really irritating, because it's literally every single time you start a race, they start going, oh, engine trouble, that kind of stuff. Pretty annoying. It's sort of minor in the big scheme of things, but it's still fairly annoying. Anyways, in terms of the game itself, so it is arcade races, so you are doing a lot of drifting, which some people keep wondering why I kept doing that, but that is like sort of the point. To get around corners, you really have to drift quite a bit, which is why they have the actual drift button, which is I think the X button. That was a bit too much drifting. And then you've got the Nitro here, which looks sort of cool in 3D. It's definitely the part of the game that stands out most in 3D when you're going really fast. But 3D overall in the game is not that special, and I usually play with it turned off anyway. It's off at the moment because I'm filming, but I usually turn it off anyway, because if you're in like one of the later races where you really have to be precise with all your turns, and if you like miss one turn, start losing, then having the 3D there, just every now and then you'll lose focus and the image will get blurry, and then you'll just make a simple mistake that will cost you the race. So that's a bit unfortunate, but it shouldn't affect the game, most of the game, because you can get through a lot of it still just in 3D and not have any problems. But I just found every time I would turn, I tend to like move the 3DS around a bit, and that makes you lose a sweet spot. So that's a bit unfortunate. But as you can probably see at the moment, I'm not having too much trouble. I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing, and it's like a pretty easy game for a long time. I think I'm at about event 9 or 10 at the moment, and even now I've only come second twice, and every other time I've come first. So it definitely takes a while for the difficulty to ramp up, because I've never played Ridge Racer before or anything like that, but haven't been having any problems with this game. And I guess I should compare it to Asphalt 3D, which I haven't played, but a lot of people have been wondering if they should get Ridge Racer or Asphalt 3D, which is the other racing game coming out this month. So I think at launch when it comes out in either Europe or US. But from what I've heard so far, Asphalt 3D is actually a lot worse than Ridge Racer. I think the main issue is like frame rate issues, but I think Ridge Racer is going to be pretty much your only viable choice, at least in the early days when you're wanting a racing game on the 3DS. Eventually we'll have like Mario Kart, and there'll surely be other semi-realistic or arcade races coming to the 3DS, but at launch at least, Ridge Racer is probably your best bet. Then just wait for Mario Kart, get that, and just ignore Asphalt 3D, because it just has not been previewed well, like at all so far. Oh yeah, and in terms of environments in this game as well, it's also pretty disappointing, because on the back of the box it says like, oh, it has 150 tracks, but by 150 tracks it means it has the same environments over and over again, but they keep changing like the time of day or like the time it takes to get around to finish like a race, and it's all just pretty disappointing because there's not that much variety. Like I've been on this track here, you know, maybe half a dozen times already, and it's pretty unfortunate because it gets really boring really quickly because none of the races, the tracks so far have been that interesting. There's one that was like really mountainous and doing all those massive jumps, and that was really, really fun. And that's the only one they've only put in there once so far. So that's pretty disappointing. And I'm just about to finish here. And yeah, and that is a race in Ridge Racer. And nothing really changes between race to race. It's pretty repetitive. Not the most interesting game. If you like Ridge Racer, I'm sure it'll be fine, because I think it's just the Ridge Racer formula that I don't like. But it doesn't really change much. 3D isn't that great. The graphics definitely not that impressive. They look alright in video and they're passable, but the 3DS can definitely do a lot more. It just feels like a bit of a lazy port, but still, if you want more Ridge Racer, I can do more videos if you want. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos, and I will talk to you later.